Hello everyone, this is Shannon from That's So Po, and today I'm here to do week 37 of my 2021 reads. This week I finished 2 books and I attended Fiyahcon, which is an SFF convention that is so much fun. So at the end of this video I'll tell you a little bit about that. Timestamps and content warnings are in the description box below. The first book I finished this week was You Had Me at Hola by Alexis Daria. This is a contemporary Latinx romance that is taking place basically with 2 actors who are filming a very cool all Latinx cast, all Latinx crew new show for something called Screenflix, basically Netflix. And these 2 main characters in the show end up kind of falling for each other despite a kind of rocky beginning, especially when the main lead male spills coffee all over the main lead female the first day. This is a story about 2 actors who really care very, very deeply about their craft and about their careers, but they also are working through some personal issues. The male lead is working through kind of some trauma in his past that has made him shut off and become, very remote as a person. And the main female lead is working through kind of a history of just dating anybody in order to get some validation. And so trying to find internal validation. I really liked all of these internal kind of developments and progress that they had. And the setting was really cool too, because interspersed between the chapters are scenes from the TV show that they are filming, and it's really, really cool. So lots of cool stuff in here, lots of good discussions of how to build a relationship and of identity and things like that. I did find it got a little bit dramatic for me at the end, but even so, I thought this was a great contemporary romance. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Next, I finished Rebuilding Tomorrow, edited by Tsana Dolichva. This is the follow-up short story collection to Defying Doomsday, which I talked about last week. And in this collection, we have a bunch of stories focusing on characters with various types of disabilities, rebuilding after an apocalypse. So some of the stories in this are actually follow-ups from the previous collection, so just continuing on with those stories, but some of them are totally new stories as well. I really liked, again, the sort of differences in terms of authors, in terms of disabilities represented, in terms of also the way that they chose to kind of take this premise and make it their own. So lots of very good discussions of what can a future look like. If we were to rebuild and center various types of disabilities, what would that future look like? I think that some of these stories still were a bit dystopian, kind of post-apocalyptic in nature, but a lot of them just had some really good discussions of what could that future look like, and some of them were just really sweet and really hopeful. Octavia Cade, again, had an amazing story in this, and also Christy Evangelista, who I've not read anything outside of these 2 collections from. I absolutely loved her stories in both of these. They made me laugh so hard. So I think that if you are interested in sort of a post-apocalyptic type of fiction, but you want to imagine what that could be, if you really came at it from the idea of providing access and making things fit people's needs, I think this is such a cool collection to pick up. Not every story in this worked for me, but I'm so glad that I read this. I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars, and I really would recommend picking up both of these collections. I thought they were really worthwhile. Okay, so those are the 2 books that I finished this week. If you guys have read either of these, if you want to chat with me, go ahead and leave a comment down below. This week, I didn't get quite as much reading done, partially because I was quite busy with Fiyahcon. If you guys aren't familiar, Fiyahcon is an SFF convention focusing on BIPOC authors, and it is so cool. So I went last year as well, which was their first year, and it was just as good this year as well. Really great panels, so many incredible, cool authors, lots of great discussions. I think that I came away from this weekend just filled with so many different thoughts and so many different ideas. You know, you always want a convention to be that kind of thing that invigorates you and inspires you, and it definitely was. I really love this convention. I highly recommend it to anybody who loves SFF. And there's going to be a live show where Reija at the book Finch, Kristen at Kristenelle SF Reader, and myself talk about kind of our experiences, do a little bit of a wrap-up roundtable, and just chat about kind of what we thought and what we got out of it. So if you guys are interested and available, that is going to be this Sunday, September 26th, I think, and it's going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern in the US, which is 6 p.m. GMT 0. So if you guys are interested in chatting with us, come to the live show. We'd love to have you there. There was so much that really made me think about how I want to, you know, prioritize my reading going forward, what I want to do on my channel, lots of cool things. So we'd love to have you guys join in on the discussion and talk with us about these big ideas. It was very, very cool. So if you guys have any comments that you want to leave, just go ahead and post them below. I'd love to hear from you.